Hey friends, this is Come Boldly in the key of C. This is a really beautiful song to chord and sing along to. I hope you have a lot of fun. Make sure to stop the video. If you click right below, you will find the link to the chord sheet and it'll make a lot more sense. Okay, so the chords we have is C, F, G, A minor, and then we have a little D minor as well. So let's find those chords. So if you look for this group of two black notes, to the left of those is a C. Play every other note. We have C, E, G, and that is our C major chord, okay? The D minor is right next door, so if you just move up to the next set of notes, we play D, F, A. That's our D minor. And then the F, I'm probably going to play this one down here. You can play the next octave up if you'd like, but you look for the group of three black notes. The F is right there, F, A, C, and there's our F major chord. Every other note. And then G is right next door, G, B, D, okay? And then our A minor, right next door. Again, just move up one set of notes, A, C, E, okay? All right, so I'm gonna play and sing through the verse one so you can see how it sounds when you bring both your hands together, and then I'll show you what our left hand is doing and the rhythm, okay? All right, here we go. And boldly I come to your throne. Here are my cares. I know you care. And I bow before you alone. Here are my crowns. I lay them down. Okay, so what our left hand is doing is just really simple single notes. So for this song, I'm probably going to put pinky on my F note, line up these 5 fingers, keeping this hand here the whole song. And I'm going to play F when I play this F chord, okay? G to G, single notes, chords in our right hand, A to A minor. Then we got C to C, again, just single notes. And then when that D minor plays, I just like to open my thumb up ever so slightly, not moving my hand out of position, but just open it up, play that D when I need to play it. It's very seldom in this song. I also want to talk about patterns before we jump in the rhythm. So if you notice verse 1 and 2, they're exactly the same. We also have 3 chords that are repeating over and over and over. You're going to see this, F, A minor, G. F, A minor, G, F, A minor, G, F, A minor, G. And then the chorus, you're going to kind of see, I think, that just the first 2 lines repeating to the next 2 lines. So lines 1 and 2 are the same as 3 and 4. Chorus 1 are the exact same as chorus 2. They might change up the lyrics just a little bit there. Then the bridge, if you just take a look at that too, we have G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C. So if you look at kind of each section separately, there's a lot of chords that just kind of go on repeat. And so take notice of that. All right, let's talk about the rhythm that the 2 hands are going to come together. So we have this rhythm that works great with 4/4 signature. It's got 4 beats per measure. And so I just kind of put 2 hands together like this, together, and then just that right hand by itself. Together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right, okay? So let's go through verse 1 together. You can play just right hand only if you need to, and then left hand, and then bring those 2 hands together. That's baby steps to get to the final playthrough. Okay, here we go. F, and boldly I come, A minor, come to your G throne, and here are my cares, F, A minor, I know you care, G. Notice we're just repeating those same 3 chords over and over and over here. Again. And I bow before A minor, you alone, G. And here are my crowns, F there, A minor, down. Okay, that's all you're doing. Just together, right, together, right. Moving yourself through those same 3 chords over and over and over. 1-to-2 ratio just means together, then just that right hand. Like 1, 2, 1, 2. That's not going to always work with every single song or every single verse or every single line. For the most part, this song does work really well with that. Sometimes you might find that you have to share 2 chords, and so you might have to quickly move to the next chord. Okay? I think we might see that in the bridge. I'll take a look at that later. Chorus 1. Now let's change gears a little bit, and we're just going to look at C, G, D minor, F, and you're going to repeat those same 4 chords twice to take care of your chorus, okay? So it starts with that C. And come boldly, G. And you told me. Okay, here's that D minor. You're going to come up here to the D minor, and again, that left hand is just going to open so slightly to play that D. And mercy I will find, F. Now you can come down here, or if you like the sound to go up, you can go up to the chord that's a little bit closer to that. If you're playing inversions, this would be a great time to incorporate that so that you're not having to move all over the keyboard. But nonetheless, here we go. Here's the F. And grace you will provide. Again, repeat these same 4 chords. Here we go. C. And come boldly, G. Told me, D minor, comfort you will be, you, F, promised it to me. Okay, right there you can kind of transition to that little turnaround where you're just kind of taking the same 3 chords from the verse and kind of giving your some time to sort of do an instrumental or something like that. So that's what that turnaround is. You can kind of just go through the F, A minor, and G, and that'll transition you into the verse 2. And I know I'm not alone. All right, let's take a look at the bridge. The bridge, again, there's just same 4 chords repeating through this one, but it's a different chord progression than we've done before. So we have G, A minor, F, C, and that's kind of repeated through this bridge several times as you loop back through that. And again, just that last line is just a little bit different as they repeat the we can stand and say. That might kind of like build up to doing the chorus again. We can stand and say, something like that, okay? All right, here is the bridge. And this kind of goes like maybe a little bit more block chording, and I'm going to walk you through it here, where I don't do as much of that together, right? I might just go, we don't have to be afraid. Okay, so there's a little bit different rhythm here, meaning we're not going to have this together, right? And let me walk through it first, and then we'll break it down. We don't have to be afraid. We can run to you. We don't have to hide our face. We can stand and say. And then they loop through that a little bit. So what that's looking for is on my chord sheet, I try to write the chord above the word or the syllable in which that next chord change comes. And so you might want to slow down the playback speed of this section because this is going to be the only thing that sort of, we don't have enough time to go through that, same kind of really monotonous rhythm that you start out when you're chording. There's a little bit of transition where that A minor comes a little bit quickly. Okay, so it looks like this. We don't have to be afraid. And then right to the F. We can run to you. We don't have to hide our face. F. We can stand and say again. We don't have to be afraid. We can run to you. G. We don't have to hide our A minor. F. We can stand and say something like that there for that last chord transition. And then chorus 2 is the exact same as chorus 1. You might see just some different lyrics there. I'm not sure. So I'm going to play it beginning to end. You can play along and sing along with me. Slow down the playback speed. Do right hand only, then left hand only, and then bring those 2 hands together. Have a lot of fun. Here you go. And boldly I come to your throne. Here are my cares. I know you care. And I bow before you alone. Here are my crowns, and I lay them down. to